Alright, what's up? A little update for my arm, and it's looking a little bit weird. I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah. See that, the lump? Not good, right? Maybe zoom in. Hop, hop. See that? I was like, oh, this is not looking good. So what I did is I went to the walking clinic, and they said might be an infection there. So I got some antibiotics, and now I'm getting it taken care of. I'm also seeing the surgeon Tuesday. Right now we're Sunday night, so I'm seeing Tuesday for a follow-up. He's gonna check if that's fine, whatever. If there's drainage should be done, or if it's just like maybe it is like blood that's kind of condensed or coagulated, it's kind of hard around the scar. It's kind of hard. So yeah, that's that. And alright, let's go sit somewhere, I guess, if we want to talk. Alright, so yeah, so my arm actually like hurts around the scar here. It's like very hard. Like this is like, I don't know if you can see it here, but here, very hard. I can't feel my head, like my arm here. And so it's been like 1 week, a little bit over 1 week, 8 days, 9 days post-surgery there. And I really see some difference on my right side, the size of it, which is funny, right? So I guess I enjoyed myself. Oh, sorry. I don't remember the date there. It's been like, I guess 3 weeks. So, and I had my arm in the sling for a little while, right? I think that's what made it worse. And I can't train and stuff, and there's no movement. Today I actually did some laterals, very light with the machine there, just like try to get some blood in there. Felt pretty good, but I'm not gonna push it too much, you know. I'm gonna wait until I see the doctor, because right now I can't open my arm more than this, because it pulls like right here. This is where they cut and they drill the bone, right? And they attach the bicep with the button thing. So I don't know if it's because the fucking thing is tight or whatever, but lots of pain. And right now I'm taking Advil, Tylenol, and I just started Aleve also. And I'm taking those antibiotics. Like those antibiotics, they kill all the bacteria, right? So they also kill the bacteria in the gut, which kind of sucks, because I was taking the probiotics. So after that, I'll have to keep taking probiotics to build back my gut health. So they kind of suck, like the antibiotics. Like everything's normal, then I take them, and I'm having the shits. I'm like shooting liquid. It's whatever. That's not that bad of a problem, but just to tell you, like, antibiotics are not the best, right? And for the pain, what I did, because people have been asking me because of my past, you know, of addiction, I had the Percocets, and I was with my spiritual coach Aaron, and we both decided that I would use them, and I would only use them if I need to, and I will always check my motives, right? And so instead of taking them every 4 to 6 hours, sometimes I would stretch it out to 12 hours, and that did help at the beginning. They did help. That's the funny thing. They did help at the beginning, I think, because it would just happen. But near the end, it's kind of weird. It's like they were not helping. It's like the pain was not there really, and when I stopped, I was starting to, it's like hurting more right now. But I don't know if it's because of the possible infection or whatever. But I find that They made me feel like weird. And another reason why I wasn't scared to use them, I was a little bit scared. That's why, you know, I told my friends every time I would take it, I would always communicate with my friends like how, like I just took 2 Percocets, this and that. Last time I took them was last night, blah blah blah. I would always share with my friends, people close to me, the intake. And then at some point I just ran out. I said that was it, and I didn't ask for more. Even though when I went to the clinic, it's kind of funny, right? I went to the clinic for this yesterday. And then there's a little evil spark in me that said like, hey, why don't you ask him for the, you know, more Percocets? And then I was like, the fuck you just say? I shut that off real quick. But just to tell you that you gotta keep yourself in check. Like if you're an addict or a recovering addict and your shit gets fucked up, you gotta take some meds. You gotta be really careful. You gotta really introspect, and you can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself. You gotta be true to yourself. You know in your heart. You know in your heart the motives of why you're taking this. You know, because there were some days where I was like, okay, this is like, I'm taking this, and then I was like wondering, like, am I taking this right now to remove the pain? Yes. Am I following the directions on the meds? Yes. Am I taking this also because I want to have a feeling? The answer wasn't a total no. That's the thing. My answer inside me wasn't a total 100% no. There was a part of it that was a part of me that was like, no, might as well look for the feeling, which wasn't a good feeling. It just made me weird, and then I was nodding, just falling asleep. So I'm lucky painkillers were not my drug of choice. That's not the feeling I was looking for. So that's why I wasn't scared. If you told me like, oh, let's take some fucking Adderall to help with your I'd be like that might be more tricky, because then I would be like happy to take the Adderall. You understand? You gotta look at your motives. So I keep that in check. As soon as I ran out, I didn't get some more, so that's good. And yeah, so Surgeon Tuesday, we're gonna check that out. And also the past 2-3 days, kind of felt depressed a little bit. And Doran pointed out that every time I would stop dieting for a show, even though I wasn't able to do one, I would always get a little bit depressed. Last year is because I broke up with my ex-girlfriend Tracy and stuff, and I was like kind of down about it, and I was like, what the fuck did I do, you know? And I still think about that sometimes, but that's for another story. Or that's just for whatever, fuck it, you know, it is what it is. But right now it's like I'm having the little post-contest blues still, and I'm wondering, is it all because of this, or it's also because when I'm prepping, it's like everything's so good, so hard, but so good. It's like I really feel like, oh, I'm in my element of being in. I'm bathing in a little bit of pain and it's uncomfortable every day. It's like this is where I strive. When I'm being challenged, this is where I strive. So when that little challenge leaves of the contest prep and the structure leaves, I'm left with like more free time, just like, what do I do with all this? So I was in my bed earlier. I'm gonna play it for you right now. I'm gonna end the video on that. But I was in a pretty bad funk, and how I got out of it, I started talking to my phone, my stories, Instagram stories. And through talking and realizing that, you know, it ain't so bad, using the big 3, the grateful 3, is that sometimes every day, or when I feel bad, I think about 3 things I can be grateful for right now. And with that and talking, I kind of like put myself out of that funk, got up, And now I feel better. And now what I can do, I can keep creating content, sharing my recovery, and doing the best that I can do, because doing your best is the best that you can do. That's it. Nothing more. The rest is like out of your control. And we're gonna end on that. Then I'm gonna let you watch the story there. I was controlling everything to the ground. Water, like grams of rice to the gram, reps to the maximum, 100% effort, everything. I was controlling everything. But in the end, I had no control. No control. I picked something up, fucking thing tore. So in life, you have no control. Even when everything is going good and you're winning and everything's going well for you, you have no control. It's life allowing you to succeed. So you gotta be grateful. You gotta surrender. We have to surrender to life every day, even when it's going good or it's going bad, because we have no control over anything except how hard you work, aka your efforts, and your attitude. You can control how you see things, how you deal with things, attitude. And you can control how hard you work, your efforts. Efforts and attitude, that you can control. The rest, you may think it's up to you, but it's not. But it's not. So I'm gonna leave you with the story there. But yeah, have a good night. You know, it feels good right now. It's when you're in bed on one side for a long time, and then you're like, oh, this side sucks now. And then you're just like, oh, I gotta switch sides. It takes a lot of effort. And then, oh, you switch on the other side, and you're like, oh my god, this side is fresh. And then you do that until both sides are not good anymore, and you feel like you're missing out on the world. And then you're like, oh, maybe I'm depressed a little bit. And then you get up and try to get your shit together. That's my headspace right now with Mr. Broccoli. Fucked up arm. Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow. Ah! Ooh, it's true. If we have a gratitude attitude, makes everything better. One, I have a nice bed that's comfortable, because I've been in certain situations where I was so tired and I wanted a bed so bad, but I was out and about in the street at Tim Hortons, like early AM, and when I was using drugs, all I wanted was like to get somewhere where I could lay down or just or party, I guess. It was such a fucking fucked up part of my life, and now that that part is over, and even though right now I'm like, oh, I gotta rest, I gotta take it easy for my arm, and I can't do much, and I would, I'm tired, whatever. It's such a, better spot than before, especially in this bed. Some people don't have beds, Number two, I was trying to think what number two was, and as I was thinking in silence, I felt my own heartbeat. And it was like, wow, this thing just doesn't give up, huh? This fucking heart beat through all the madness so far in my 31 years of life and still beating strong. And I wake up, it's beating. I go to bed, it's beating. It's beating all the time. Pumping blood through my muscles and my brain. Making sure this meat vessel here gets all the oxygen and nutrients it needs to keep on moving. When you actually think about it, the heart starts beating when we're in the womb and never stops beating until you're dead without you having any control over it. It's like that's like real magic. That's like magic. Science, but magic. And number 3, she called me while I was doing this grateful thing. My mom. Yeah, so no explanation is needed. You guys know I like my mom. I love my mom. So there she is again on the list. Always on top of the list. If I look at all the bad times I had in the past, and I've always done what I thought was the right thing to do at that time, I had the results that I needed to have after. It's like everything was happening for a reason, and I just needed to trust the process. And sometimes I was questioning myself, like, what the fuck is going on? The crazy thing is that in the past, most of my struggles, I would realize in rehab, I would be like, what have I done? What did I do to myself and to the people around me? Like, why the fuck did I do that? Why did it come to this? What's the reason? Is there a reason why? What the fuck is going on? And you mix that. You mix that with self-hatred, shame, loneliness. You feel like a failure. Like you've disappointed yourself and everybody, and then you just mainly self-hatred. And then to get out of that funk and to start being better and try, and while I was getting better, to feel like, oh, there's hope, and there's a meaning to all this. I developed this connection and relationship with a higher power. I was like, this is gonna help me. This power that's everywhere around me is gonna help me. I don't quite understand what that power is all about, where it's from, where it's going, or if it's always been there and that's just what it is. But that's not the point. The point is that it did help me in the past, and it's always at arm's reach, figuratively speaking. And thinking about all that, because my past struggles were self-inflicted. It's like it was worse. It was worse because it kept happening again. It was my own fault, my own decisions of choosing, of being powerless over. It was my decision, but I had no power over it, kind of thing. Choosing the wrong path, listening to the little devil here instead of the angel there. It's like, imagine if because in the past every time I would relapse or slip again, it was my own decisions, my own mistake, and I would pretty much fuck myself over and over and over and over again. It would be like having a bicep tear, and then having another bicep tear, and 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 I would make myself have those bicep tears. But the thing I was tearing apart, it wasn't my muscles. I was tearing my own soul apart, bit by bit, tearing it and ripping it in pieces. Wow. What I've done to myself in the past is way worse, I think, than what's happening to me right now. Yeah, okay. I'm a little bit depressed right now because of my arm. Yeah, okay, I'm tired because it's actually healing and the antibiotics or the infection or whatever is making me tired. Yeah, okay. But that's just life. Life just happened. The fucking thing blew up. I'm fixing it. And I've been through worse. Way worse. There's things that I need to learn from this. And I need to use the higher power again to help me out with this. I need to use the power to help me get better. I think I can draw. Can I draw? I feel like I need to draw. And I feel like I need to work on stuff. Work on stuff. I need to get up and eat food. And I need to rest when my body tells me to rest. I need to get a pump too. It's okay. Hello world. All right. Good talk.